I want to have a conversation that I had with you, kind of like I had with you 2 years ago when I told you I was moving from New York City to Texas. And I told you that I had written my kids a note. And I read it on the air. I'm not going to write or read the note that I wrote to my kids. And I probably will be doing less of that on things like this in the future. And in the next 2 minutes, you'll understand why. But I advised my kids to please consider, they're adults, they make their own decision, to have 30 days of cash on hand for whatever they think they would need in an emergency. In New York City, if you're living in New York City, what do you need to be able to get out of there? God forbid another September 11th happened. What would you need to get out of the city? What would you need to be able to get across the country? What do you need for food, gas, to pay rent? You have no debit card. You have nothing. No cash machine works for, in this case, a week. I believe you need enough for a month. This is yet another warning sign. It will happen here. If the ATM would go down in your city or in our country and the banks had to close because of an emergency, will you be prepared? It has happened before. It happened the last time the progressives tried a utopia. The latest word is now that the banks in Cyprus are going to be closed until at least Thursday, or perhaps until the vote passes. So in other words, we're fine. You don't want to pass this. You don't want to do that. That's fine. Banks are closed. Fortunately for the government, you need special authorization to own a handgun. So in Cyprus, there's nobody to stand in their way. Put that money aside. Put the money aside. But please do not tell anyone you're doing it.
As the price at the pump continues to rise,
I spend $70 every week on my gas.
There's another necessity out there making customers cringe at the register.
And the grocery store, especially poultry products, the eggs, the milk, all of that has increased tremendously.
Economists say food prices are up nearly 7%. Combine that with the high price at the pump, and that means the combined costs of food and gas are eating up 15% of Americans' total income. That's 3% higher than 2009 at the height of the recession. Americans are certainly feeling the pinch.
It's getting so bad that I had to go to work, and right now I went for bankruptcy today.
And it's not just food at the grocery store.
Fast food restaurants also feeling the pinch. Recent reports suggest industry giant McDonald's will cautiously increase their prices. They blame it on the high cost of beef and dairy. And customers say they're noticing.
Even the fast food places are increasing.
So what are Americans doing to combat these hikes? Compromise is the name of the game.
We use more money on basics and less money on the extra frills of going out.
Right.
So we eat in many more times than we used to.
Every time I look at my car, I think, can I walk?
Air conditioning has gone up, so instead of it clicking on at 73, it doesn't click on until 75.
Economists believe the rise in prices may signal another recession. The prospect of that has economy-weary Americans bracing.
We don't know where things are going.
Anthony Miller, Fox 13 News.
Do you have any food reserves in your home right now? How long could you provide food for your family if the food supply was cut off? A month? A week? 3 days? Wouldn't you feel better if you had the necessary reserves? Have you ever noticed that the more advanced we get, the less prepared we are? Many things that defined life only 100 years ago are so convenient today that we don't really think about what would happen if that convenience were gone. Consider how we get our food. We just go down to the grocery store and grab a few things. But what if something happened that interrupted the food supply to the store? How long would it take for the shelves to be wiped out? What would you do? How long could you and your family survive? You know, for all the other important things in our lives, we have a variety of professionals, from mechanics to doctors, to help cover our bases. Why don't we also have a food professional? Food is our greatest dependency. Yet most of us find ourselves unprepared for the uncertainties that lie ahead. Why take chances? Why not do something about it? You've already taken the first step. Keep moving forward with this tour, and we can help you put a plan together and even show you how to get your food for free.